So, hello, Anne. How are you?
Stacey, hello, darling.
It's so
gorgeous as usual.
well. You
I am
too.
well, thank you.
So, I know you're in Davis, California right now.
I'm in Davis, and it is hotter than hot.
Well,
I'm sweating here, honey. But you know what? Television, you just got to roll with it.
I know exactly. So it's like I'll just keep all the sweat off. But I don't know what's hotter. Yeah, we're probably competing for the heat right now between here and in Vegas and versus Davis. But I actually haven't done this with you in a while. We've talked on the radio, but it's been like a year. So, gosh, in a nutshell, what's been going on?
Well, no hair, because I was re-diagnosed this year with metastatic breast cancer, not just in my lung, which that was 2 years ago.
Okay.
Now it's also in the liver and the brain.
Unbelievable. Because again, to look at you, to see you, one would never know. And I'm sure you hear that all the time, right?
I can't hear it enough, but thank you.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, is it like what because you're on chemo now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're doing that several rounds, or how is that? What's happening with that right now?
Yeah, when you have a metastatic cancer, then they have to really just figure out what you need. So in my case, they started giving me 12 rounds, 1 week each round.
Okay.
I just finished that this past week. And the tumor markers are dropping significantly. I mean, like 3/4 of the way.
I know, I'm like clapping.
Thank you.
No, it's great because on your blog, on
Project Pink Diary.
Exactly, Project Pink Diary. It's great. You had like a chart that you had on there recently just about the tumor markers, and it's like going down, 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 down. So that's amazing. Is this like it's a new drug or something, or what is different about this, do you think?
Well, I think that it's an old drug. It's called Taxol, but the good news is that it's just working for my particular situation. And there's the hell of cancer is that these studies suggest that this is going to work for the majority of people. But everybody is an individual, just like snowflakes are individuals. So you never know which one is going to work for somebody for how long, at how much, with what regularity. I mean, blah, 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 blah. So I'm really lucky. I have a kick-butt team of doctors and nurses around me and a support system of friends that, line the football fields. And I just feel really, really confident that I'm going to kick it. And so we just finished the 12 rounds, and I'm doing so well. My oncologist said, let's just keep going.
Wow. Keep going in terms of you're done with treatment for the moment, or doing more treatment?
Doing more treatment. I'll continue the chemotherapy for as long as I need to. I want my numbers down. The numbers are, in everybody's body, there's a number of about 38. Less than 38, whatever they are, we all have cancer in us, and our body just beats it off. My numbers grew to 1260. Not good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And right now they're down in the 300s.
That's great. That is really, really great. So
Yeah.
so for you, I mean, you've been you've had these little peaks and valleys. So what do you think it is? It's just like trying to test you or something, right? Because I always say cancer picked the wrong person when it picked you. So,
Amen.
but what is it? Is it just something like, I don't know. I always just go, why? You know?
I know. I know that attitude has a hell of a lot to do with it. I know that I just am not giving up. I mean, there's something inside of me that says this is unacceptable. And with that in mind, I've also read and I've done outreach to other people who've said, this is working, this doesn't work. So I did do some changes in my diet. I'm on a vegan diet.
Oh, wow.
I cheat.
I know. A couple of eggs here and there.
Couple 2, 3. But I am basically a vegan, and I do no dairy and no sugar. Again, cheating. But the point of that was because I read a lot about it. And for some bodies and some studies, when you deprive all that fun stuff, the cancer doesn't like it either.
Right.
That makes sense to me.
Yep. It's like you don't want to keep feeding the cancer what it likes to eat, or what it likes.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want anybody to listen to this and go, that woman is saying that sugar causes cancer. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I think everybody's path to wellness is everybody's path to wellness.
Yeah.
I just knew when I was re-diagnosed, I couldn't just take medicine. That didn't empower me.
Yeah.
What empowered me was information. What else is working for other subsets of people, and what don't I mind trying?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's kind of like a big group effort of things to try to, attack this thing head on, because the cancer is going to try to keep getting smart and move around it. But I think the more roadblocks you put up there, it's going to make it really, really difficult. So, but you just did you go back east and you got a big award, right?
I did, Stacey. I had the best time. I was invited to go to the 100. And the 100, it's called the100.org, is the fundraiser for Massachusetts General Hospital's Cancer Center. Now, I'm from the Boston area.
Yep.
Grew up there. Have a sister who works at MGH. So I am well aware of the prowess and the strength of the medical system in Boston. When they contacted me to tell me that I'd been nominated and had been accepted as one of their 100, I was thrilled. And I said, I can't wait to come. Sign me up. Then they called me a couple of weeks later and said, we just saw on your website one of your talks that you gave in LA a couple of years ago. Would you come to speak as well?
Uh-huh.
Sure, why not? I'm going to be there anyway. I'll get up there. Well, I was so well received by this group of people that it really shocked me in a positive way, because I thought, what I bring to the table isn't necessarily great stats or she's blown it out of the water, because I'm still battling. But what I bring to the table is I'm not going anywhere, and this is a whole new way to look at this. Yes, cancer is scary. Everybody's afraid to get it. Once you get it, everybody thinks you're going to die. And when you're surrounded by that heaviness, it can really burden you.
Yeah.
So if you see someone like me
listen to that,
yeah, you start to listen to it. I mean, it's only human nature.
Yeah.
So if you see someone like me saying, yeah, you know what, this stinks. I don't get it, but I ain't going nowhere. It helps others in my position and others who love people in my position to say, okay, let's think about this differently. Let's go kick its butt.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing. I mean, you've been such a great proponent for yourself, but also for other people who read your blogs, who follow everything that you do. I think it's and perhaps maybe that's why you have cancer, because you're meant to inspire other people or something, or show example by your lead, I suppose. I
would have rather have 12 years on a psychiatrist's couch to
I know, that's true.
Myself, but if this is the way I have to do it, I suppose I'll do it.
Exactly. There was another blog that post that you wrote about Angelina Jolie and how she came forward. And you know what, that really kind of struck me, because I tended to really kind of agree with you. And I remember at the time when because she was like, oh, hail Angelina, great thing that she did. But it made me mad, because there's so many people that have been saying this all along and been talking about this, but it just didn't get the airplay, I suppose, right?
Right, and I wrote that blog, and I had some people think, well, leave Angelina Jolie alone. She's making her own choices, and they misread what I was writing. I don't know Angelina Jolie, and more power to her health-wise. What bothered me was that she made a non-life-threatening decision, and she got on the cover of Time magazine.
Yeah.
And sadly, thousands and thousands and thousands of us are out there blogging and going to chemo and losing our hair and making lunches. And yeah, I didn't choose to be a movie star. So therefore, she gets what she gets, and she gets the publicity that she gets. But I know there's a downside to that too. So, I get that as well. No one's sticking their cameras through my back door to watch me undress. All right, let's put it that way. But
Are you sure?
hey, you, get out of there. Or send me copies. No, but the thing of it is Angelina Jolie is fabulous. It's the way the media grabs onto stuff. And I was in the media, okay? So I'm calling myself out. We grab onto things and say, wow, she stubbed her toe. Maybe we shouldn't wear flip-flops anymore. And it's like, wait a minute, guys, just chill out and take it to a different level. And I think for me, too, it also hit a nerve, I'm just me. God forbid I die. It bothers me to think, shit, I may never be anything other than that cute girl in the pink hat who just keeps on keeping on. And to me, that's a shame for myself, because you always have dreams when you're a little kid. Mm-hmm. But it's also a shame for the people who could really benefit from what I have to say, because a lot of people are too distant from celebrities. Celebrities are living in their own private Idaho. We can't understand what it's like to have every single doctor fall over themselves to want to treat you, whereas some other people can't even get health care.
Yeah, no, I think it was a good point. I think it's something that, certainly coming from you, it needed to be said, and hopefully people will understand, what the point you're trying to make with this too. So what are what are your goals now at this point? And what is it that you most want people to, I guess, learn from your example?
Well, I did a one-woman show last fall. In fact, you and I talked about this 2 years ago when we spoke initially. I did put it together. I wrote it with my director, Virginia Byrne, out of the Worcester area in Massachusetts. We put it on at the Coverly Theater in Worcester last fall, and it was a blast.
Yeah.
30 minutes, just me up there, just talking like I'm talking to you, but with a script in my head, placed, and a point, what my story was. The point being, we all have trauma. The point of life is not to get by without it. The point is to say to yourself, I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the best ways to do it. And I picked 5 of my best tips from my book, Pink Tips.
Yeah.
One of them being hold hands. I mean, people still come to me to go, I can't believe you told us to hold hands, but it really works. I'm like, I know. Remember when we were in first grade holding each other's hands, walking up to class? It works, right? You feel comfort. I really wanted to do that again. Like, I wanted to bring it to the West Coast. I wanted to bring it to high schools because it's a total high school threat. They can absolutely change their lives through learning about someone else's trauma. But then I got sick again. So my hopes are that I get through this, that I beat those cancer markers down to the double digits, and then I get my act together physically, and then go back on the trail for my show.
Fantastic. Well, let me know because I want to be there front and center.
You got it, girlfriend. I will have you right there.
Yeah. Well, just keep on because I know there's the quote that you say. It's just, I think it was one of your, it's like your tagline, but you say, it's all how you deal with it. We all have experiences, but it's all in how we choose to deal with it. So.
Yeah, and Maya Angelou, I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. Maya Angelou is my woman.
Yeah, it's words to live by. So, and thank you, darling. I appreciate
you are so welcome,
this.
honey. Let's do this again soon.
Absolutely. Well, you look great. So when you say like you have to get yourself, and you're there. You look fantastic. So
thank you, darling.
And you look good as a blonde.
Woohoo! So, exactly.
All right.
Platinum blonde. That wig was a riot.
It's great, and you have all kinds of choices. So, but take care. Thank you so much.
Bye, honey.
Bye, honey.